She dead?
Mrs. Inglethorpe showed classic symptoms of strychnine poisoning.
Can't be.
Oui?
Monsieur Poirot, good morning.
Ah, Hastings. You rise early?
Mrs. Inglethorpe is dead. Hastings has arrived.
Why, Mr. Hastings, after all these years. Alfred, darling, this is Mr. Hastings. Mr. Hastings, my husband.
I'm delighted to meet you, Lieutenant Hastings.
That's so thoughtful, Alfred.
Styles Court really is a glorious old place.
Yes, it'll be mine someday. As it stands at the moment, I get the houses, but Inglethorpe gets all the money.
Don't your brother help out?
Lawrence? No. It's a deuce of a mess. Evie's had a row with Inglethorpe, and she's off.
Evie, this can't be true. You're an old woman, Emily, I said. And there's no fool like an old fool. The man's 20 years younger. I said, I'm going to warn you, Emily, whether you like it or whether you don't.
Good God.
Ended up by saying the sooner I left her house, the better. So I'm off. I've told you before.
Not your business.
It is my business. Not content with carrying on a sordid affair with this woman, I now find you are squandering large sums of money on her. I have then to have clothed you, I have given you a roof over your head, and this is the way you repay me. You won't show it, my dear Mary. Show it to me then. I tell you it is not what you imagine. It does not concern you in the least. I'll have my coffee in my room. I still have some papers to see to.
这么精彩的视频，当然要有一台好的设备观看。去哪买省钱又靠谱？那还得看转转。这时候去他们家买手机非常划算，这台95星 iPhone 14 Pro 只要3728元，相当于新机的4折，性价比超高。而且转转不只有手机 ，iPad 和大疆 Pocket 3价格也很实惠。转转是专业的官方页二手平台，拥有多种专利质检设备，每个商品都经过专业工程师的全面检验，并支持7天无理由退货和1年保修。现在去转转搜索口令“大牌补贴”，还能领最高1000元优惠券。趁着平台有活动，大家快去转转更新一波数码产品吧。
Come in. Put it by the bed, dear.
I have to go down to the village to see our agent about those estate accounts. And no one needs it up for me. I'll take the latchkey.
Mother!
Try going through Mr. Inglethorpe's room, sir.
Locked. Mary!
Have you got the door open yet?
No.
That one's locked too. I can't wake Cynthia. She must have taken a sleeping powder. Cynthia!
Try again. 1, 2, 3.
Help me!
1, 2, 3.
Stupid of me. Stupid of me to lock myself in.
It's all right.
Mr. Cavendish, I would like your consent to a post-mortem then.
But that's not necessary. Surely it was a heart attack.
Mrs. Inglethorpe showed classic symptoms of strychnine poisoning.
It can't be.
Do whatever you think necessary, Dr. Wilkins. Dear God, this is terrible, my poor wife.
Where have you been?
Henry kept me late last night. Oh, my poor Henry.
Now, I'd better get on my way.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Oui?
No, Hastings. We must leave this until the lawyer of Madame Inglethorpe is present.
This goes through to Cynthia's room. What is it?
We shall see. Regarde, mon ami. The chimney piece of the lamp is broken in 2 places only, and yet the coffee cup next to it is ground almost to the powder.
I suppose somebody must have stepped on it.
I wonder what is that? This, I think, is a coffee stain that is quite fresh.
What is it?
Candle grease, my friend. It must have dropped to the floor since yesterday, otherwise the good housemaid would have removed it.
Lawrence Cavendish brought a candle into the room this morning. He seemed very agitated. He seemed to see something over there that absolutely paralyzed him.
At the door, do you think?
No, at the fireplace.
No, that is most interesting, mon ami. But his candle, it is pink, and that candle grease over there, it is white. Ah! Voila!
Very thick paper. A will.
Just as I expected. Tell me, mademoiselle, did your mistress have in her wardrobe a dress that is dark green?
No, sir.
Does anyone in the house possess a dress that is dark green?
No, sir. Not that I know of.
Your mistress, she had a quarrel?
Naming no names. There's one in this house none of us could ever abide. At 5 o'clock, Mrs. Inglethorpe rang the bell and told me to bring her a cup of tea.
Scandal between a husband and wife is a dreadful thing. These few words and everything's changed. Never trust a man, Dorcas. They're not worth it.
This paper that she had in her hand, what would she likely do with it afterwards, do you think?
I expect she'd lock it up in that purple case of hers. If it was important.
I see. Sir Poirot, my mother's lawyer's here.
Milton, c'est impossible. But I have had the key in my pocket for all of the day. Embarrassing affair. This lock, it has been forced. Why? Why? No, there must have been something of great importance in that case. Something that connected the murder with the crime.
What?
That I do not know.
Dr. Wilkins, then you consider it more likely that the drug was administered in her after-dinner coffee, and that, for some reason unknown, its action was delayed?
Yes. But the coffee cup was so completely smashed, there was no possibility of analyzing its contents.
It seems to me that my mother's death may be accounted for by natural means.
Really?
Well, my mother was for some time before her death taking a tonic containing strychnine.
That was dealt with in previous evidence. The maid, Dorcas, has already told us she had only 1 dose left on the day before her death.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
As a qualified dispensing chemist with a shop in the village of Styles St. Mary, have you lately sold strychnine to any unauthorized person?
Yes, sir.
When was this?
Monday, the 18th of June, at about 6 o'clock.
Will you tell us to whom you sold it?
It was Mr. Inglethorpe. He said it was to poison a dog.
Call Mr. Alfred Inglethorpe. On Monday evening last, did you purchase strychnine for the purpose of poisoning a dog?
No, I did not.
Would you mind telling us, Mr. Inglethorpe, where you were on the evening of Monday, June the 18th?
I don't recall.
Were you in company with anyone?
No.
You had a discussion with your wife on Tuesday afternoon.
Oh, pardon me. You are misinformed. I had no quarrel with my dear wife. I was absent from the house the entire afternoon.
Is there anyone who can testify to that?
You have my word.
Very well. Thank you, Mr. Inglethorpe. That will be all for now.
Gentlemen of the jury, how do you find?
Willful murder by some person or persons unknown.
And is that the verdict of you all?
It is.
We'd like you to come into Malmesbury with us, Mr. Inglethorpe.
Malmesbury?
To the station. We'd just like Mr. Inglethorpe to answer a few questions, madam.
One moment, if you please, Inspector Shep. Monsieur Inglethorpe, do you still refuse to say where you were at 6 o'clock on Monday afternoon? I, Hercule Poirot, affirm that the man who bought the strychnine poison on Monday afternoon at 6 o'clock was not Alfred Inglethorpe. For at 6 o'clock on that day, Monsieur Alfred Inglethorpe was at Tadminster. Bonjour, Madame Riggs. I can produce no less than 5 witnesses who swear to have seen him and to have spoken to him there at 6 o'clock or just after. And as you may know, Tadminster is at least 8 miles from the village.
Our word, Poirot.
Particularly asked if my mistress or anyone else in the house got a green dress.
Yes, go on.
I've just remembered what the young gentleman used to call a dressing up box. It's up in the front attic.
Good Lord. Hold it up to your face, Hastings. It is trimmed exactly to the same shape as the beard of Monsieur Inglethorpe.
The question is, who put it there?
It's Inspector Shep. Hastings, who is that with him in the back of the car?
What's the matter, Dorcas?
They've arrested Mr. Cavendish.
Arrested Lawrence?
Mr. John.
John Wendover Cavendish, you are charged with the murder of your mother, Mrs. Emily Rose Inglethorpe. How do you plead? Not guilty.
The accused and his wife lived in some luxury at his mother's house, Styles Court. You will also hear how the accused had been carrying on an intrigue with a certain Mrs. Riggs, a local farmer's widow, and how he had plotted to get his mother to make a will in his favor, and how, when he believed that she had changed that will, he murdered her and destroyed the new one.
Who's that? I'll go back away.
Bonjour, Madame Riggs.
You deny that there was anything improper in your relationship with John Cavendish.
Yes,
Did you receive money from Mr. Cavendish?
that was a loan.
Inspector Jack, when in the course of your investigations you searched the bedroom of the accused at Styles Court, did you find anything?
In the chest of drawers in Mr. Cavendish's room, underneath some clothing, I found a small poison bottle. It was empty. It was examined by the laboratory at Scotland Yard and was found to contain traces of strychnine.
Are you going to be doing this all day?
I steady my nerve, that is all.
Well, you've got a steady hand, Poirot, I must say. I think I've only ever seen your hand shake once, just after we discovered that the locks on the dispatch case had been forced.
Ah, yes.
You stood by the mantelpiece, rearranging the ornaments, as you always do. Your hand shook like a leaf.
Because I was enraged. I was enraged that...
What is it?
Mon Dieu! Tell me, mademoiselle, has anyone been in the bedroom of Madame Inglethorpe since we left the house?
No, sir, it's locked. We all kept a good lookout on it.
Good. Mesdames et messieurs, now, at 4 o'clock, Madame Inglethorpe quarrels with her son and threatens to denounce him to his wife.
Offering large sums of money.
It's not a large sum of money. Anyway, it's a loan.
No, my mind is made up.
It was this argument which Dorcas overheard, but she mistook John Cavendish for Monsieur Inglethorpe.
I have paid to have you. I have given you a roof over your head, and this is the way you repay me.
At 4:30, she makes a new will, eliminating John Cavendish from his inheritance. She writes a letter to her lawyer, Monsieur Wells, asking him to call on her to finalize the new will. She finds she has no stamps in her desk. So she goes to the desk of her husband to see if he has any stamps. It is locked. So she opens it using her own key. She discovers a paper. That very paper that Madame Cavendish believed to be the written proof of the infidelity of her husband, John, but was in fact far more serious. Her reasons for entering the bedroom of Madame Inglethorpe are to do with her terrible jealousy. For she had learned of the existence of a letter, but it was this letter that she had confronted Madame Inglethorpe about, and which she believed would show the proof of the infidelity of her husband with Madame Riggs.
Mary!
Have you got the door open yet?
No.
That one's locked too. I can't wake Cynthia.
It's all right.
All we need to know is who put the poison in my mother's coffee and why the poison took so long to act.
Yes, that is very true, Mr. Lawrence, but here we have the little problem. You see, because Madame Inglethorpe, she did not drink the coffee.
What?
She must have spilled it before she could drink it.
If the strychnine wasn't in the coffee, where was it?
Her medicine.
Somebody put strychnine in her tonic.
No, there was no need, Hastings. It was already there. The addition of bromide to a solution containing strychnine precipitates all the strychnine into colorless crystals which fall to the bottom of the mixture. But the last dose is fatal. Our murderer wrote a letter, and that letter he accepted. There was nothing to connect the murderer with the crime. But Madame Inglethorpe found the letter, locked it in her dispatch case, and took it to her room. It became essential that that letter should be retrieved. But I had already locked the briefcase of Madame Inglethorpe on the morning of her death. At the very moment of trying to retrieve the letter, I was approaching the room with Monsieur John Cavendish and Monsieur Wells, the lawyer.
He's going to do more harm.
Desperately, the murderer looks for somewhere to conceal it. But there is no way in the room of destroying the letter. In a moment, the letter is torn into 3 long strips, rolled into the spills, and placed amongst the other spills on the mantelpiece. The murderer then unbolts the door to the room of Mademoiselle Cynthia and gets away. Tonight is the night. There is a good time coming once the old woman is dead and out of the way. That idea of yours about the bromide was a stroke of genius. We must... And here the writer breaks off. To know that your lover thought so fondly of you that he could not bear but to bring himself to write to you at this so important moment. Mademoiselle Howard.
It's nothing to do with me.
Did I omit to read the greeting on this letter? Forgive me, my dearest Evelyn.
You fool! You bloody fool!
Be quiet, Evie.
No, it is too late for silence, Monsieur Inglethorpe.
All right. We love each other.
Take them away, Inspector Shepard.
Do you think we were going to sit and wait for the old bitch to die? We deserve the money anyway.
And I'm not sorry. But why did he keep the letter?
He never finished writing it, you see, mon ami. Possibly Madame Inglethorpe returned early, interrupted him, and caught in the act. He hastily shuts and locks his desk. Madame Inglethorpe finds the letter, decides to say nothing about it to her husband, but determines to destroy the will she had just made in his favor. Probably the next day she intends to make a will in favor of her son John again, but...
You know, one thing I don't understand is why Inglethorpe seemed so keen to get himself arrested.
Because, mon ami, it is the law of your country that once acquitted, a man cannot be tried for the same offense again. No, he wished to be tried.
So it was him who bought the strychnine from a chemist's shop.
Have you not yet realized that it was Mademoiselle Howard who went to the chemist shop?
Miss Howard?
Mais oui. Of course, she was heavily disguised.
One thing you haven't explained is the peculiar behavior of Lawrence Cavendish. I'll never forget
forget the way he looked when we went into Mrs. Inglethorpe's room.
That is because you thought he was staring at the mantelpiece, yes, Hastings? Whereas in effect, he was staring at the door to the room of Mademoiselle Cynthia. He saw that that door, it was unbolted.
But he swore it was bolted.
He was shielding her. When Monsieur Lawrence saw that the door to the room of Mademoiselle Cynthia, it was unbolted, he jumped to the conclusion that she knew something about the matter.
But why? Why would he want to protect her?
Because he's in love with her, of course.
Well, now that's just where I know you're wrong.
He succeeded in crushing the coffee cup beneath his feet because, Hastings, he remembered that it was in fact Mademoiselle Cynthia who took up the coffee for Madame Inglethorpe on the previous night.
Oh, you're both such dear men. Well, we want to tell you something.
Oui. You are both to be offered congratulations, is that not so?
Congratulations.
Well, Cynthia and I are to be married. When are Mary and John?
Oh, they're